Hey guys, as you know, I'm creating this series of content here to help you to level up. I'm gonna give you practical step-by-step guides that you can start implementing right now to change your life. And by now, you have seen where I came from. But most importantly, we're gonna talk about how you can start building the life you want the same way I did. And we're gonna talk about the real game, the money game, building wealth, freedom, and success beyond what you thought was possible. I actually thought I was gonna build a lot of good things in my life, but it was better than I expected. It was better than I thought it could ever be. The place I live right now, the cars I drive, the relationships I have, the work I do, it played out better than what I thought it could ever be. So this is where the journey really begins. I'm gonna give you guys a step-by-step guide where you can learn new ways to level up in life. And hey, after years of grinding in my sport of first jiu-jitsu, then MMA, I realized something. If I wanted to build a life on my terms, I had to stop trading time for money and start making money work for me. That was one of the first things I learned in my life. And when I was about 25 years old, I started investing my sweaty fighting money in real estate, and was one of the best decisions I have ever made. So the key decisions that really changed my life was first to learn about investing in business early in my life. Second, creating multiple income streams. Building new ways of making money was the thing that helped me to build my financial freedom. And shifting from a fighter's mindset to a wealth builder's mindset. I wanted to build wealth, generational wealth for me and my family. And instead of fixing my mind and my motivation, all my energy into fighting only, I started to think about ways of making money and creating generational wealth for me and my family. So, this is a really good tip. Actually, like if you pay a lot of attention to what I'm doing, one of the best skills I learned in my life was to translate the skills I learned in fighting to business. Instead of thinking about fighting only, I was learning skills in fighting and transferring them to business to make sure I was growing in other areas of my life. Because as you know, fighting is a very short window that you only have that window to make money and to build relationships and to make the best out of your life. And if you don't take advantage of that short window, you're gonna regret later. We see about 95 to 98% of athletes that retired, they lose all their money. I saw this statistics the other day where 75% of NFL players that makes millions of dollars, they don't have any money. They go broke 2 years after retirement, and that's because they make millions. UFC fighters, jiu-jitsu competitors, you don't really make millions. Make a couple millions. Some don't even make 1 million. And if you don't start investing in your mindset in the first place to start thinking as a wealth builder, you're never going to be able to move past that fighting career. So your success is a direct result of your mindset shift. You start thinking as an entrepreneur. You start thinking as a business owner. As an athlete, you have to own your shit and think about your future, okay? As a business owner, you gotta make sure you take care of your entire health and wealth to be able to keep growing for the rest of your life, because when you stop growing, you die, okay? So this isn't just my story. It's a blueprint you can use too. You don't have to be an athlete to apply this. You can be an athlete, you can be a business owner, but if you are a high performer of any kind, which means that doesn't matter what you do, you're doing the best of your ability and you're always looking for growth, you need this. You need this blueprint, okay? So I'm gonna give you 3 practical steps anyone can take today. And the first one is that you have to start learning how money works. If you don't understand where money came from and where it comes from, you're gonna have to work for the rest of your life. And most people work hard, but they never learn the rules of wealth. And when you do that, man, your life really, really changes. Warren Buffett, the biggest investor of all times, he talks about this. He says that the poor spends all their money. All the poor knows to do is to spend. Therefore, they don't invest on themselves. They can't invest for the future. They can't do anything. They spend everything. They don't know much. They don't get enough information. All they do is to spend. The middle class, in the second place, saves all their money. The middle class understand that they need to save, but they don't understand that they have to take advantage of compound interest when it comes to knowledge and when it comes to money. Therefore, they save all their money. And the rich in the third place, like Warren Buffett says, the rich invest all their money on themselves and on their future self. So you should be investing everything you have. And investing in yourself is the first thing you have to do. I remember when I was a fighter, one of the first things I learned in my athletic career was to invest back on myself. My first fight ever, I made $70, 70. And with that money, I bought shoes to train for my next fight because I didn't have any shoes. All my training partners would run from the gym to the beach after sparring, and I couldn't go because I didn't have shoes. So I bought a pair of sneakers to be able to train for my next fight. Then when I got money for my second fight, I started buying supplements. I started investing in better coaching. And that's how I was able to level up in every area of my life because I invested back on myself. So that's the first thing you have to do. You have to learn how to invest on yourself, and you have to start learning how money works, okay? Now, the second step is that you have to create a long-term plan. Think beyond just next month. Where do you want to be in the next 5 years? This is how you should be thinking. There was a study made in the University of California where they found a strong correlation between people that could think about them in the future and better investment on themselves, on their wealth, their health, and anything they did because they could see themselves in the future. I was able to see myself in the future from a very young age. Therefore, I understood that I had to think long-term and invest long-term in myself. So create a long-term plan for your life. Really ask yourself this question. Where do you want to be in the next 5 years? Okay? Now, the third step is that, hey man, if you want to level up in life, you have to surround yourself with winners. You have to be around people that think positive, do positive things, and all they think about in their lives is to win. When I immersed myself into Novo União in Brazil, where Jose Aldo was getting into the UFC and Renan Barão was getting into the UFC, we had like another 16 fighters getting into the UFC. I was one of them. Everything changed. Your environment is everything. The right people will push you to level up. If you surround yourself with people that think small, talk about bad things, talk about people instead of business things and good things, and they don't really feel good about themselves, that energy will pour into your life. You have to surround yourself with winners. Surround yourself with people that are going where you want to go. your life changes when you change your approach. So what's your approach? What do you want to do in your life? What are the things you dream about? Find that clarity, and that's going to be the first thing that will help you to really change your life. Okay? With that being said, this is my session of the day, and I'm sure you're taking value from this. I'm going to be dropping a video every week about something that you can do right now to start changing your life. And if you want to work with me, learn more about what I do, go on Instagram, DM me the word wealth, and tell me, hey, I came from your YouTube channel and I want to learn more about what you do. And you're going to come to my community, and I'm going to help you to level up in life. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and bye-bye.